All right. Welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for All Missouri Students, sponsored by the Missouri Association for College Admission Counseling and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us. So I have a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and your microphone are off, so the panelist cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at moacac.org. This presentation is also being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same time on the same website, moacac.org. And now I'd like to turn it over to our presenters.
All right, thank you. So welcome everyone for joining our Crowder College session. We are very excited to have you, and we are very excited to share all about Crowder. So some of you tuning in are seniors. You might feel a little more pressure in making that decision for the next step and what college do you choose. Some are juniors, sophomores, freshmen, but all of you have that decision eventually of where do I go to school? And the good news is you have dozens of amazing options. So how do you decide? So what we want to talk about today is why would you choose Crowder? What sets Crowder apart from everyone? So we'll go to our next slide. Oh, sorry, we want to start with our agenda. So why would you choose Crowder? So this is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about admissions info, and that'll be presented by myself, Christy Chapman. I'm the recruiting coordinator. I work in the admissions office, and our recruiter, Heather Flint. And what's it like to be a student at Crowder? We're going to have one of our students, Macy, tell you about that. Classroom culture, what sets Crowder apart? You're going to learn more about it, but our class dynamic, that atmosphere, Dr. Clymer's going to tell you about that. And then campus life. Crowder is a community college, but we do offer campus housing on our main campus in Neosho. So something very unique and pretty cool. You'll get to hear more about that. And then we'll answer any questions that you have. So why would you choose Crowder? You have so many different options because Crowder cares. So we made this easy for you. CARES stands for the different reasons you should choose Crowder. And also each of these give you a little insight into what you should compare to other schools when you're trying to make that decision. So the first thing, Crowder cares, the C is for cost. College is expensive. If you haven't heard that, we'll be the first to tell you. College is expensive, but Crowder is affordable, especially for any student who has completed the A+ program, or if you're still trying to decide if that's a good fit for you. Yes, it is. Only good things will come out of you completing the A+ program in high school. And one of the best things to come out of it is you get your tuition and fees paid for at Crowder College. So we like to say we have the real A+, meaning your tuition and common fees are paid for at Crowder, which is a great opportunity to hopefully graduate debt-free, but if little to no debt, that's our goal for you. We do not have any out-of-state tuition. We just have in-district, out-of-district, and we listed our costs right there to be as transparent as possible. And then we also listed comparisons, so that way you can see, well, I'm considering this school. What would the cost be like in comparison to Crowder? So we put that there for you so you can have that real comparison. We also have scholarships. So you have to earn them based on something, but we have academic, departmental, performance, if you're into theater, debate, any of that, we have scholarships available. And then there's always the FAFSA, so grant money, loans, things like that. So always compare the cost, and Crowder is very affordable, even without A+, but with A+, tuition and fees covered. A+ is wonderful. Everyone should do A+. If you still have the opportunity, ask your counselors if you're unsure. Talk to your high school counselors. So remember, Crowder cares. You want to understand the cost and also the academics. So if you haven't heard this yet either, Core 42 is going to be something that you're very familiar with when you're pursuing the Associate of Art degree. Eventually the bachelor's degree, but an Associate of Art, bachelor's, regardless of where you start, a community college or a university, and regardless of the major, if you're going for psychology, theater, communication, you have the Core 42. What that means is it's the same requirements at the university as it is the community college, like Crowder, and we will transfer wherever you want to go. So why pay more for classes that you can take at Crowder with your A+ for free, or very affordable even without A+. We do have over 80 different degree programs and certificates. So we actually have 2 paths at Crowder. You can pursue an Associate of Art to transfer and pursue that for your bachelor's degree, or you can get a certificate to go straight into the workforce. So if you want more of that hands-on experience, welding, auto tech, diesel tech, construction, advanced manufacturing, we absolutely have that for you. In small class sizes, you are not a number, you are a name. You get personal attention, and that helps you be successful. All right, so remember, Crowder cares. You want to compare cost, academics, and the R, resources. Our goal is to help you be successful personally, professionally, academically. We have advising. Of course, when you think advising, you think academic, but also personal advising, professional, to kind of help you determine what career path, what major you want to pursue. Tutoring, we have free tutoring for students that need extra help. We also pay you to be a tutor. So if you're a rock star at English or math, you get paid to be a tutor, which is pretty awesome. Trio services, if you have been an Upward Bound or Talent Search, we also have Project Now on our several of our campuses, and that's the college version of that support system. You get that team to really guide you through the college experience. The CAMP program is a scholarship program that also gives you mentoring and a group to belong to. If you're in agriculture, you've worked in any kind of ag background, you want to find out about CAMP, we can get you more information. So if you're not feeling stressed right now, trying to decide what college to go to and trying to determine what to do next, you might start feeling stressed even once you get to college because it is a new start and you're excited and you're nervous and frustrated, all the feelings. We have counseling, a counselor to help you find out the skills needed to kind of transition to the college atmosphere, the college pace of things. So we have counseling to help you out. Career and transfer services, we want to help you, again, be successful. So whether you're going on to a job, a career, or you're transferring on to a university, we can help you with interviews, resumes, finding jobs, opportunities. And remember, this is a college experience. So our cost is affordable. We have the academics, but also that college experience, that campus life experience, clubs, organizations to get involved. So I'm going to hand it off to Heather, and she's going to continue to tell you why you should choose Crowder, because Crowder cares.
Awesome. Thanks, Christy. Hi, everyone. And like she said, I'm Heather Flint, the recruiter at Crowder College. Christy has already covered 3 great reasons why you should choose Crowder, and I'm going to continue with environment. Crowder has 6 locations. This is to make taking classes more convenient for you. We have locations in Cassville, Joplin, where a lot of our tech classes take place, McDonald County, Neosho, Nevada, and Webb City. A unique thing that Crowder College offers is housing. Most community colleges don't have housing, but we have 2 different housing options at our Neosho campus. Lori from Campus Life will discuss this more later. One of my favorite things about the Crowder environment is what we call the Crowder family atmosphere. Teachers and staff at Crowder will treat you kindly and want to help you succeed. One of my favorite personal examples of a Crowder family environment happened to me when I was teaching orientation class. I had a student who was not showing up for classes, and I knew that he worked as a cashier at our local Walmart. So after work one night, I stopped there for groceries, and I purposefully went through his line to ask him why he was skipping class and what was going on and if he was okay. We chatted for a bit about what was going on in his life, and next week, he was in class. This is a small example of how Crowder teachers and staff go above and beyond for their students. We also have a variety of sports you can be involved in or root on at Crowder. We have men's baseball, women's basketball, men's soccer, women's softball, and a new addition, esports. The final reason to choose Crowder is because we will help you succeed and meet your goals, whatever they might look like. As we talked about earlier, we are a cost-effective choice. Students graduating from Crowder can more easily get a degree without going into debt. If your goal is to transfer on to a 4-year institution after getting a degree at Crowder, we can help you do that. Our Career and Transfer Services team is there to assist you with this transition. We also have several four-year institutions with offices on campus for you to easily talk with them. If your goal is to go into the workforce after graduating, Crowder offers many degrees and certificates to help you be successful in the workplace and get the hands-on training that you need. A unique benefit that Crowder offers is our Lifetime Learner Program. Once you graduate from Crowder, you can take a class every semester up to 3 hours and not have to pay for tuition. We want to encourage you to continue to learn and grow. So in summary, why choose Crowder? Because Crowder cares. We are a cost-effective choice that will give you a high-quality academics you want in a friendly environment with lots of resources to help you succeed. If you're interested in becoming a student at Crowder College, these are your next steps. First, you're going to want to complete our application at crowder.edu. Click the Apply Now button to get started. There is a $25 application fee. However, you might be eligible for an application fee waiver if you are in a TRIO program like Upward Bound, or you're eligible for free and reduced lunches. Next, you'll want to complete the FAFSA. This opens up next month for seniors. If you need help, please contact us. In February, you will need to fill out the scholarship application at crowder.edu/scholarships and complete the housing application if you're wanting to live on campus. Next up is sending us your ACT scores. If you haven't taken the ACT or don't want to, we also have a free placement test you can take on campus. Finally, you'll need to send us your official final high school transcript and any official college transcripts you might have. Once you get those steps completed, you'll be ready to enroll for classes. I just want you to remember that at Crowder College, you get more than an education, you get an experience. This is contact info for Christy and me. If I can get it to go, there we go. And I'm gonna put this back up at the end when we answer questions so that if you don't get the information written down right now, you can then. Next, you're gonna be hearing from one of our students, Macy Smith. Macy will be telling you about her experience as a student at Crowder. Macy is very involved at Crowder. So after her presentation, she's going to be stepping out to go tutor. All right, Macy, I'm going to hand it over to you and switch chairs with you.
Hi, like Ms. Heather said, I'm Macy Smith. I'm a student ambassador here on campus, and student ambassadors help the admissions office, and it is a way to work for a scholarship or as a work study. So if you enjoy talking to people, this might be a good option for you too. One of the reasons I like Crowder is because it has a good atmosphere that was really right for me. With a smaller campus and a smaller student population, Crowder has a family feel to it. It provides a good stepping off point for a transition from high school to a four-year university or into a career. Some of the teachers here on campus are parents themselves, so it really adds to the family feeling and an understanding and helpful environment. Another layer of helpfulness here on campus is our excellent team of advisors. They're not here only to help you sign up for classes, but also to be a listening ear to listen to something that you need to talk out. Most of my experience with the advisors is in the admissions office, and I can attest to their wonderful and very hopeful nature. We've already talked a little bit about tutoring, and that is through the Student Success Center. I am a tutor, like Ms. Flint said, and I have also personally been tutored. Both to be tutored, it is free for students, and you do get paid if you want to be a tutor. Tutoring is a great way to help supplement your income, and it's a really convenient way to do that. Because most tutoring is on campus, you can go straight from class to your tutoring, so there's not much commute time. Like was mentioned, I am fairly involved on campus, and that's mostly through the work that I do on campus. Other ways to get involved on campus is through the Crowder-sponsored events. Some of the things that I've participated in is Engineering Day, and that was to help this math and science students of their surrounding high schools. And as a calculus student, which is part of the pre-engineering curriculum, I did help with Engineering Day and those high school students. And we never want to neglect that Crowder does provide free food periodically on campus. Crowder was a great place for me to start my college career, and it may be a great place for you also. And so I will turn it back over to Ms. Flint.
Thank you, Macy. Hope tutoring goes well for you. All right, we're gonna hand it over to Dr. Dina Clymer, and Dina's gonna talk to us about the classroom culture here at Crowder.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, prospective students and soon to be college students. I am super excited for all of you. I remember being exactly where you are and all of the fantastic options that you have on the table. It's a really exciting time. I hope you're all soaking it up. So what I'm here to do is just talk to you a little bit about the classroom culture here at Crowder College and help you determine if this is going to be a really good fit for you. So first of all, I want to say I do have a niece who just entered college this fall, and so it made me look at the college experience very differently when I was helping her with her shopping choices. And I've had the privilege of teaching at colleges where my classes were as big as 120 students at a time, and also teaching at Crowder where my classes are more like 20 students at a time. And I can tell you that when you are making your college choice, first of all, that's very personal. It's like buying a pair of blue jeans. You've got to get what works for you, not what works for the person next to you. But I can say that Crowder College is a fantastic fit for a lot of students because of what we are able to offer you in our classroom environment. So first of all, you do tend at Crowder College to get somewhat smaller classes. I have had classes as small as 12. I've had classes as large as 30 here at Crowder. And the thing about those smaller classes is you are going to get a lot more contact with your instructor and also with your classmates. And because the environment is a little bit closer, you can develop a comfort zone where you can have tough conversations, you can have analytical discussions, and you can do that with confidence because you are talking with people that you know and that you recognize from around campus. Another thing that's really important about Crowder College is all of your classes are actually going to be taught by your professors. Everyone that teaches at Crowder College holds a higher degree in the subject that they teach. When you go to very big universities, you will often find that some of your classes are taught by graduate assistants who actually are only now working on those higher degrees. You get access to your instructors who already have higher degrees, and those instructors at a place like Crowder College tend to be really focused on teaching. We know our stuff and we want to do a really good job sharing what we know with you. That's not something that you're going to find just anywhere, but Crowder does a really good job of that. I am the chair of the social science division at Crowder College. I hold a PhD, which is the highest degree that you can earn in the field of history, and 2/3 of our full-time faculty hold that same degree, and a great many of our part-time faculty in my division do as well. You are getting access to first-class experts that, if you were at a larger university, would exist on campus, but may never actually make the time to talk to you. So with those committed professionals in their field, your work is actually evaluated very closely. When you hand in a paper, I'm never going to just write good job and put a smiley face on there. Even if I think you did a great job, you're going to get quality feedback from all of your highly educated, highly qualified instructors every time. And I know that's something that people may not necessarily intuitively want, but if I've put hours and hours of my life into a paper, I want to know what the instructor really thinks. I want quality feedback. You are always going to get this at Crowder. And I would like to reiterate something that Ms. Flint has said and that Ms. Chapman has said, and that is that because we have a congenial Crowder family environment, and we really do, you're in good, civilized hands here, that feedback, while it may be constructive, shouldn't sting. You're going to get kind, gently administered feedback from your instructors. You're also going to have access to those instructors. You'll have the ability to have one-on-one contact. I'm not going to put 2 assistants and a graduate student between you and me. If you need to talk to me, you can come knock on my office door anytime, and that is the case with all of your instructors here at Crowder. You have a classroom environment where if you're not extremely clear on something that came up in class, or you're not extremely clear about something that you're encountering as you're doing your research or your reading, you can come straight to to the professionals in the field and ask us what's going on. And we're here to drop everything and stop and help you figure that stuff out. That is a level of hands-on care that you just can't get at a university with 25 or 30,000 students on campus. It's a different experience altogether. You're also going to find that you're facing fewer departments that separate you from your objectives. If you stop by my office and you're confused about your financial aid, I am not going to tell you to go see someone else. I'm going to walk you down the hall and introduce you to that person and make sure that you are able to have the important conversations with those individuals. So for all of those reasons, the classroom culture at Crowder College uniquely is very well suited to students as you're making the transition from high school into college. If you're headed for a huge university, if you're headed for graduate school, so much the better that you start out at Crowder, because we are going to give you the skills here that you need to make that transition successfully. So no matter if you're in a calculus class where you're figuring out how exactly you're going to apply the regressions that you're studying to a real world engineering problem, or if you're in my history class and we're using our conversation about the Articles of Confederation to understand the contents of 21st century political debates, you are always going to have that one-on-one, hands-on access to people who are highly qualified in their fields. And that's something that, especially when you look at what Ms. Chapman was saying about our cost of tuition, is definitely worth the price that you pay. So I strongly encourage you, as you're shopping for your college, think about what you want that classroom experience to be like. What kind of learning environment are you going to benefit from? Because if you're going to benefit from a community environment where you can work in small group projects, where you can have a lot of influence and sort of customization of your research projects, there is the possibility that Crowder could be just the right fit for you. I will look forward to taking your questions in the Q&A session that we're approaching here at the end of our session. So please, if you have any questions at all, shoot them to me. I have no shame. I'll answer anything you need to know. Thanks so much. I look forward to seeing you on campus.
All right, next we're going to hear from Lori Kelly. She works for our campus life here at Crowder. So I'm gonna hand it on over to her.
All right, well, thank you. As Heather said, I'm Lori Kelly. I work in the Campus Life office here at Crowder College, and part of the things that we do is campus-wide activities, as well as the two residence halls that Heather also mentioned at the beginning. So just to kind of start out, I put up some pictures and some things that that we do and have done on campus. We just had a movie night last week, and we showed the new movie Mulan. So we try to have movie nights at least once a month when it is warm and we can be outside, because we do outside movie nights. And so we try to show the latest thing. Some other things that we tend to have is bingo night. Our bingo night is really, really popular. And as high school students, you won't understand with the bingo night that the food is the most important prize and the most popular prize. Not any of the electronics that we give out, it's the food. We also have pizza days, and we have ice cream socials. We also take students bowling as well. So we do a wide variety of different activities on campus. What you see now is a list of some of the student organizations that we have on campus. It's not a complete list. And we also welcome students to start new clubs if they so choose. But some of the bigger ones is the Aggie Club, the Baptist Student Union, Catholics on Campus, Phi Beta Lambda, Phi Theta Kappa, Crowder College Cultural Club, the Vet Tech Club, the Nurses Association, the Players Club, which is a theater, and then the Crowder Century News and Network, that is our news and media department on campus. So in a small nutshell, that was some of the things that we do across campus, and our events are free to all students, so they don't have to pay for those. And then again, we just, you know, you guys get to experience us as well, because we're awesome people. But you know, we try to have fun and provide adequate activities and entertainment for students on campus. The second part I talked about is the campus housing. And as Heather said before, we have two different housing complexes. We have the Brown Complex, and then we have the Rough Rider Village. So the information you see right here is information about the Brown Complex. They are 6 suite houses, so there are 6 different rooms in each house. They are double occupancy. Students that live in the Brown Complex must have a meal plan, and the choices are there that you guys can see. We do offer Wi-Fi, and students can connect to Wi-Fi inside of their room, inside of their house, outside, sitting at some of our picnic tables. But some of the furnishings and the things that we have inside of the houses, in our commons area, we call it a commons area. It's not really a living room, but we call it a commons area. We have couches. We have a table with chairs. There's also satellite television. There is no kitchen in our Brown Complex, and the reason for that is that all of our students eat their meals in the cafeteria. So all you're working with is a microwave that's in the commons area, and a sink, a cabinet, and counter space. In the bathrooms, we have 2 different bathrooms. We have a private handicap accessible restroom, which is a full restroom, and then we have a shared restroom that has 3 sinks, 2 showers, and 2 stalls. In our bedrooms, we have twin size extra long bunkable beds. We have 2 desks. There's 2 dressers. There are dressers that have 3 drawers, and then there's 2 dressers that have just 2 drawers. And then there are lockable closets, as well as the desk chair. What you see before you is some of the pictures from the Brown Complex. The top picture is a picture of a bedroom. So when you move in, it's going to be empty, but we like to show something that is decorated. Then there's the common table, the commons area that has the dining table with chairs, and then the couches that you see as well. Next slide, please. Our second housing choice is the Rough Rider Village apartments, and they are actual apartments, full-size apartments. Okay, we have 1 and 2 bedroom apartments. They do come fully furnished. What they do have inside of the apartments, there is a washer dryer unit in each apartment. We offer a couch and a chair, a coffee table and an end table, and then there is a satellite box that's in the living room area. In the bedrooms, there are extra long bunkable beds. There are dressers as well, and then there are closets available to residents in the bedrooms. In the kitchen, we have a full-size refrigerator. We have the dishwasher. We have the garbage disposal. We have a stove with the oven. And then tons of cabinet and counter space for students to put their dishes and food inside of. Meal plans are not required at Rough Rider Village, although you can add one if you so choose, but they are not required. There's also Wi-Fi available at our Rough Rider Village apartments. Just like over in the Brown Complex, you can access it inside of your apartment. You can access it sitting outside of your apartment or outside of the picnic tables that we have available around that housing area. Utilities are included. That's one question that most students always ask, is if they have to pay anything outside of the cost that we quote, and the answer is no. So the utilities are included. So you don't have to worry about the light bill. You do not have to worry about the cable bill. You don't have to worry about garbage or water. So all of that is included in the cost that we quote you. On the slide that you see now is a picture of what our apartments look like. And the top picture is actually a student apartment. Last year we had 2 basketball players that decorated their room, and it looked like something out of Home and Garden. I mean, they look better than what I live in. So we allow students to decorate their apartments and their rooms over in Rough Rider, over in the Brown Complex, however they want within reason. So the more homey that you make it, the more comfortable you'll be and the more at home you'll feel. So we welcome students to do that as well. Next slide, please. So I wanted to provide the housing prices for the Brown Complex as well as the Rough Rider Village apartments. Over in the Brown Complex, again, you will share a room, so you'll have a roommate, but the cost will depend on the meal plan that you choose. 19 meals is the highest meal plan you can get, 10 is the lowest, okay? So you would look at anywhere between $2,884 as a maximum, and these are current prices. The prices may change within the next year, but these are our current prices. Or you could pay as low as $26.56. Okay. Over in our Rough Rider Village apartments, the prices kind of really depend on if you're in a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment, if you have a roommate or not. Okay. If you're in a 1 bedroom apartment and you have a roommate, it's $25.04. If you have a 1 bedroom apartment and you don't have a roommate, which means you have an apartment to yourself, then it is $38.27 per semester. If you are in a 2 bedroom with 2 people, which means you have a roommate in a 2 bedroom apartment, you're looking at $22.31. And then finally, if you are in a 2 bedroom and you have your own bedroom, you're looking at $33.80 per semester. So those are the prices that we have for our current academic year. Again, those are subject to change. And normally when they increase, they don't increase very much. So, and then finally, I think our final slide has contact information. So if you guys have any questions beyond today, if we don't have time after this to get to your questions, feel free to give us a call. Our phone number is there, and feel free to give us a shout through email with campuslife@crowder.edu. So please call so that we can get your questions answered. And we look forward to seeing you guys on campus and in housing.
Thank you so much, Lori. That was great information. All right, guys, we're going to open this up for questions. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and type those in the question and answer box. And just depending on the question, we'll take turns answering, whoever knows the expertise.
And real quick, I was going to say, we'll give it a minute to get some questions going. And I just wanted to emphasize, too, that times are uncertain right now. So we are happy to meet with you individually, one-on-one, virtually, FaceTime, but also we are still offering on-campus tours. So if you want to come to campus or any of our locations, you are more than welcome to. We require masks because it's during this time, but you just reach out to myself. You can reach out to any of us. Eventually they all come to me, but you can reach out to any of us and we can get you coordinated to come visit campus or do something virtual if you're more comfortable with that.
Hey, Rachel, just saw your question. It was like Christy was psychic and already knew what you're going to ask. So we are open for in-person tours. I just put up the information, our contact information again, and Christy is the one who coordinates tours. So if you want to go ahead and just write down her phone number or her email and just contact her, send her an email right now, and she will get back with you to schedule an in-person tour.
And truly, you don't have to be shy about the texting. It's a work cell phone. Yay! I have 2 cell phones. I feel pretty cool, but that is a work cell phone. So text it. That is just fine. Text it anytime, and I'm happy to answer. I know we have some common questions that we get asked, and
just a second. We do have another question that popped up. We're asked this all the athletic departments, but they're wondering if we have volleyball. Unfortunately, we do not. The sports that I listed are the ones that we have. So again, that is men's baseball, women's softball, women's basketball, men's soccer, and then esports.
So if you like video games, that's esports, competitive video gaming, and there are scholarships. So you can get paid to game. Pretty sweet. Another question, when do admissions have to be in? So something pretty cool about Crowder. As a community college, we are proud to serve our community. That is our mission statement, being a community college. So we do not have an admissions application deadline, and we actually do not use your ACT scores for acceptance. So when you're looking at different schools, some schools you have to have an ACT score, certain score to be accepted. At Crowder, we are open admissions. We do use your ACT scores for enrollment if you're ready for a college level class or not. So when you ask when do admissions have to be in, on the next step slide that Heather shared earlier, there are different priority dates. For example, March 1st, that is the scholarship priority date. February 1st is the FAFSA priority date. So there are different priority dates that you don't want to miss, but we enroll students and accept applications all the way through classes starting. Excellent question.
Ooh, Miranda. I am not the expert on esports, but I can tell you who is, if you want to write this down. But I'll also follow up with you because I'll get your contact information. We'll follow up with you by email and make sure you get Jackson's information. He is the coach for esports, correct, Christy?
Yes.
Okay.
And I know
Everyone's like, yes, it's Jackson. So
Jackson.
his email is jacksonlewis@crowder.edu. That's JACKSONLEWIS@CROWDER.edu. But again, if you're somewhere and you can't write that down, we're going to get a copy of your question and we'll make sure to get that information to you.
Absolutely.
I wish I was a gamer girl. I'm not.
Well, I know
I
Super Smash Brothers is one of the games that they play.
Okay.
So that's definitely, that's definitely a game they play. And I think they play the soccer, they play the soccer game, they play, I think, even the basketball game. So there's a lot of different games, and I think it kind of depends on students' expertise, you know, which ones they get involved in. So
yeah,
I have gone to watch a live competition, and it was really fun to watch. So I know they're pretty good.
yeah, I'm a gamer, but I'm not that good.
All right, Christy, you want to take the next question?
Yes, so the OTA program department head's contact information. Honestly, I would just email ota@crowder.edu. That should still be a good and active email. Thomas Green is the department head, that's his name, but OTA, that way it'll go to the secretary because Thomas's schedule gets busy, and that program is at our Web City campus. But depending where you live at, we have had many students that live on campus in Neosho, and they commute back and forth, you know, to Web City because it's only about 2 days or so a week that you'd actually have to be in the OTA program. Also, one thing that I wanted to mention, because we do get this question a lot, is are the class sizes the same at every location? So we have 6 locations. We also have online. And Dr. Clymer, do you want to talk about that, the class sizes again? Yes, it's the same. That's the short answer.
And Dina, when you're done with that, can you go ahead and answer Miranda's question that she just popped up? Because I think you can answer that one too.
Let me see if I can see Miranda's question. Yes. Okay. So, yeah, I think I can see Miranda's question here. I might be looking at the wrong Q&A stuff. So I'll do my best. And if I do it wrong, just call me out. It's cool. I'm not proud. I know I goof up a lot. So about class sizes, yes, actually there's fairly consistent range of class sizes across campus, but we as an institution make an effort to keep those small. You are not going to find yourself very often in a class of more than about 20 to 25. And depending on your campus and the time of day that you're interested in, I think colleges are like anywhere else. You tend to find times of day that people really want to be engaged and participating, in times of day not so much. So the smallest class I've ever had personally was 12 students. I have seen classes as small as 6 to 8 students, but generally you are going to find yourself in a classroom environment where it will at least be small enough that you will have contact with your instructors. So 20, like I said, 25 is really a fairly large class for the Neosho campus, and 30 is the largest I have ever seen. So you are going to have good, consistent contact. And in online classes, we find that the same is true. We actually try to make sure that your class, even when you're online, is small enough that you are not just a number. Your instructor should know your name, and your instructor should recognize your work when they see it. And we achieve that by maintaining those small class sizes. So then, to Miranda's question, would I be able to transfer between Crowder campuses if you need to? Absolutely. Yes, we have a set of curriculum on our campuses that your degree is a Crowder degree. It is not a Crowder McDonald County or Crowder Neosho or Crowder Web City or Crowder Nevada or Crowder Cassville or Crowder Joplin degree. It is a Crowder College degree. So in short, your credit hours that you take at any campus are in fact transferable to any Crowder degree. The one place where that could become important for you to pay attention is if you are in a program where the courses are maybe only taught at one campus. So for instance, if you want to take welding, you are going to make sure that you get those courses at the campus that offers our welding classes. And if you want to do the occupational therapy assistant program that someone else was asking about, you'll need to make sure that at least the courses that you need for the OTA program you will need to take at the Web City campus. But it is actually extremely common for me to have students who have at the Neosho campus who have previously been at the Cassville campus or the McDonald County or the Web City campus especially. And in my online classes, I see students from every campus routinely. So those credits are Crowder credits. They're not campus credits. You can use them and apply them toward any Crowder College degree.
Good.
All right. Lori, it looks like you probably answered it, but Isabel was asking what are the prices to add meal plans to apartment living? Do you want to cover that, or do you want me just to read it out loud?
Let me unmute myself first. My bad.
No, that's okay.
I can read it. It's also available on our website. If you click on services, then you have to click on the left menu down toward the bottom, student life, and then once you click on that, you have to click on the housing tab. And it will bring up the information, but I can read them out to you. I typed it to that student because I know I can say it, but so they can have that information for
Yeah,
you.
for sure.
So 19 meals per week is 1,614 per semester. 14 meals a week. Meal plan is 1,506. Look, I'm trying to get a tip. 10 meals per week plan is 1,386 per semester. So I did individually type that to that student so that they would have that information, but it is available on our website. So please check it out, take a look, and again, email, call us if you have questions.
Yeah. Okay, so we
And
have,
just
sorry, I was going to say we have
Oh,
about
we- yeah,
4
we have,
minutes
like,
left.
5
So
minutes.
if you have questions, go ahead and type them in now so that we can get them answered. Sorry, go ahead, Christy.
and I was gonna, oh, that's okay. I was gonna add, as Lori mentioned earlier in the presentation, a meal plan's not required at the apartments. It's optional. And Lori, correct me if I'm wrong, but what we always suggest, see how your schedule goes the first week or two before you would pay to add the meal plan, in case that's not necessary, because you do not have to have a meal plan to eat on campus. You can eat at the dining hall or the grill, and you can just pay cash, credit, debit. And then once you feel how your schedule is going to go, you could potentially add a meal plan later, right, Lori?
Yes, we always recommend that students do a meal ticket instead of a meal plan, because the rationale behind that is that if you get a meal plan, if you don't use the meals, you lose them. So you're losing money. With the meal ticket, it is per meal. So you don't lose any meals if you don't eat any meals that week. So we always recommend the meal ticket.
Awesome.
And we had another question. Yes, housing is only at the Neosho campus. So as Dr. Clymer mentioned, we are all one Crowder. We all function as one Crowder. The multiple sites are for convenience. If you want to commute back and forth, live close, to home, go to school. But if you want that traditional college experience, living in the dorms, the library, the campus dining activities, although there are activities at other sites too. That's not just at Crowder, but there are more at the Neosho Crowder because of the campus housing.
And something to mention too, let's say you wanted to take classes, some at Neosho, but there's some at McDonald County or some at Webb City, you can still live on campus at Neosho and then drive to those campuses because they're not far. So housing at Neosho, but take classes at other places is okay.
Yeah. And I have breaking news. You can't see my phone. Oh, look, I disappeared. Sorry. Anyway, focus. Breaking news, Jackson, our esports coach, messaged back, and the games we're currently playing, this may change for next fall. Rocket League, Smash Bros, Rainbow Six, Fortnite, Madden 21, FIFA 20, and Hearthstone. And those are games set by the I'm losing the word. The organization, thank you. Crowder doesn't get a select. We play what games are part of the organization because it is an athletic team. It is
called FIFA.
FIFA. What did I say?
FIFA.
I was trying to hurry. We're running out of time. But I said it wrong, but I got the answer.
We got a minute left, so we're going to finish up. I have that information up to contact Christy or myself. Also, I know Lori's contact information was up there. We will follow up with you and your questions just to make sure you got the information that you needed. And we really appreciate you being here. And I just want to thank Christy, Lori, and Dina for joining us today. So thank you so much.
Thank you. We'd love to have you at Crowder. So reach out to us. Come tour, virtually or in person.
All right, thank you, facilitators. Hi. I just have a few more closing remarks, so let me share my screen. Okay, so thank you for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. MOACAC would appreciate any feedback that you can provide. And also, this was just one of the many sessions that are being hosted, so be sure to sign up for any additional sessions at moacac.org. So in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording if you missed anything, as well as all of the other session recordings, again, at moacac.org. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right.